Hello, everyone. Um, we're going to do another decorative edge on this piece of our signature. One, I want to cover up a lot of this writing, and two, I just wanted to make a fancy edge. So I'm going to show you how to make a fancy edge for this particular page in our Totally Junk Journal. Now, this, I'm going to trim this off just a little bit just to make it a little easier to attach our fancy edge. It's going to be kind of like a faux lace edge kind of thing. Of course, we're going to make it with paper, so. And just, if you're new to the Totally Junk Journal, thing I do, this is Totally Junk Journal round 2, and I will try to remember to put a playlist connection right up there. I have covered this particular project in today's Sunday live stream. I always live stream Sundays at noon, or at least I try to always live stream Sundays at noon. Let's put it that way. And because this project is a little hard to follow in a live stream all the time, I do like to do a separate standalone video for it. So what we want to right now to do our decorative edge is a good size piece of paper. And you know I like to use my security envelopes for that. So I'm just going to use one that's got a nice big back on it. Now, an envelope that doesn't have any windows also might work real well. I'm just going to trim off that and that and see how it fits my envelope. Yep, that should do. Now, I don't want my decorative edge to be super wide, so let's see. I guess I should measure for y'all. That's what I was going to say. About 4 inches. So you want your piece to be about 4 inches wide by the same height as your envelope page, like so. And I've just folded it in half. And if it's not exactly 4 inches, we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so I have this piece that is the same height roughly as my page. It is about 4 inches wide, and I've folded it in half. Now I'm going to fold it in half again. And this fold really is for later. It just makes it easier to do the next step. That's about as, if I get you any closer, then I'm afraid you won't be able to see the whole thing. So we're just going to leave it like that. So then we're going to open the fold up, and we're going to take the and fold it in half lengthwise. Now, this is the tricky part. I want this half to be folded in thirds, or roughly thirds. So I just kind of wing it back and forth until I get it close to thirds. I'm not going to worry, okay? Like so. That's what we need, is this half folded into thirds. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other side, which is a little easier because now I've got something to go to. Okay. So now basically I have this. It has 6 little sections. Now you could do 4 sections if you want to, but I wanted 6 little sections. And this is the folded edge. Okay, see, this is the cut edge. This is the folded edge. And I'm going to just fold it all up in this little thing. And I'm going to, this is the folded edge. I'm going to cut off and round off the corners on this folded edge. It's not perfect. Okay. And what does that do? It makes a nice little scallop. See how we have a little scallop? Okay, and now we had already pre-folded it in half, and that fold line makes it a lot easier to refold this. I'm hoping you can see this. Okay, so it's not cut over here. This is the folded edge. Let me open it so you can see what it looks like. Ta-da! That's what it looks like. Okay. This is another folded edge. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to cut scallop. I'm going to cut a hole right there. I'm going to just cut like a half circle in each of the scallops. And I'm trying to hold it where you can see it. That's okay. So this was the cut edge. This was the original fold edge, which we laid over there, and we made another fold. And so what happens is when you open it up, you get this wonderful little scalloped, lacy design. And it's actually double. Why is it double? Well, it's double because this is going on the edge of this paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put a little glue along one side. And we're going to lay our page right on top of it. Okay. Now, if we put glue on this half and down along this edge, it's just going to glue it all together, and I have a fun little lacy edge. It's going to go on our book, right? But one of the reasons I wanted to put a decoration on this particular envelope was because I wanted to cover these up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just cut some strips of envelope, just different stripes. And I'm going to use my, cutter here, paper cutter. And I'm just going to make like 1/2-inch strips, something I'm not going to measure. Just want a couple of them. And I probably am going to use a couple of different colors, a couple of different patterns really, because the security envelopes I've been using are all black. I have others. I just have been using all black and white ones. Okay. You see, there we have a cute little strip. The window part is not wanting to release. There we go. There. I just cut the whole envelope. I didn't bother cutting the paper out of it first, so. So now we have some little strips that we can glue right onto here to do a decorative edge. And what this does is it covers up all the writing that was on our envelope. I'm going to trim that off in just a minute, but it's easier to put it on and then trim it off. And I just got that just a little bit crooked, so we'll straighten it out with this one. And if I put one more on there, it will totally cover it up, and it gives me this fun, funky, decorative edge, which we could doodle on if we wanted to, or just do fun stuff with. The reason is that the strip is crooked, not that I put it on crooked. I just realized that. Not a big deal. There we go. Now, I want to go ahead and reinforce this edge just a little bit and give it a little bit of decoration too, so I made an extra strip for that. Now that was quick. It was a great way to decorate the edge of a page. You could do that in a regular journal and not have to have an edge punch or anything else, because you've got your little scallops. Okay, so because that was so quick today, we're going to do a second project. Okay, I'm going to get out one of these big old paper clips. And you could do this project with a circle punch, but let's do it as if we didn't have a circle punch. We're going to just get some security envelope decorated paper. I don't think that's big enough. Nope, I'll just use this piece. And what's this piece? This piece. And there's that piece. Oh, this piece is actually big enough, so we'll keep that one. All right, now then we need a little bit more. Let's go ahead and use this. That's 3 designs. And I probably want a 4th design. This one will do. Okay. Now, what do you do when you don't have a circle punch? You find something with a circular piece on it and you draw around it. And you can use all sorts of things. We could use a glue stick, a glass, depends on how big you want your circle. Now I'm drawing on the white side because I want to use the other side. And I want 8 circles. I'm going to use this right here. Oops. Apparently I woggled. Probably I could cut it, but pencil might work better. I'm not getting a great circle because I'm not handling it very well. Okay, let's back over there. Now, if you use a circle punch, you'd already be done. But it takes me a few minutes to draw circles, so. Okay, I forgot when I first started this to tell you that our lovely friend Janet Baum showed me these first. We're going to make a paper clip out of it, and I'm just decorating these just for the fun of it, just with some little faux stitching. But Janet Baum showed us these, and you could make them into a paper clip. They could just be a decoration on in your journal, but they would also make really cute Christmas ornaments. And since it's Christmas time, it would be a little Christmas ornament you could make and actually send in the mail, because it ends up pretty flat. And if you cut these out of, say, red and green paper, they'd be a lot of fun. Or, oh, I think they'd be fun out of magazine paper. Scrapbook paper would work. Okay. Now then, we need a nice sturdy circle, sort of circle. It does not have to be an exact circle for the back. So I'm just gonna cut this little piece out. That's it. Now, that's what I was afraid of. That particular spot is going to peel. So let me find a different piece of paper. Okay. And this circle needs to be just a little smaller than the other circles. Okay. And we're going to fold these all in half. Little birdie's tweeting outside my studio. Okay, now I would normally use this glue, but it dries so quickly that I'm afraid that it grabs so quick that I don't want it to do that. So I'm just going to put a little glob of glue stick on my little back circle, and then I'll go back in with this glue, because what I want to do is I want to put this one on, and then I'm going to tuck each one of these inside the other one. And the reason I don't want it to grab is that when I get round to the other side, I need to be able to lift this one up a little bit. And you see this one is going to go inside this last one, but its back flap is going to go under this other one. And that's why you need just a glue that doesn't stick quite so quickly. So by using the glue stick, I can get this last one tucked under the first one, if that makes any sense at all. So now they're glued down, but they're not glued real well. So now what I'm going to do is right here in the tip, right there in the center, I'm going to go put a dot of this glue on each one of these. And it needs to be a small dot. And we're going to go back and put a little centerpiece in, but at the same time, this helps to hold it. Okay, now we're just going to hold it down for a couple seconds, and that should hold it all together for the moment. And then I had a nice dark. Yeah, I like this one. I just liked this because it was such a contrast to the other ones is all. And I'm just going to cut out a little circle to go in the center. And this piece will also help to hold it together. Now see how cute that is? Just with circles. And what we're going to do now is we're going to flip it over. And if I was turning this into an ornament, you could put a ribbon, glue a ribbon right here, and then put your other piece on top of it. If I was going to put it on a card, we could put it in a card. It's so many possibilities. What I'm going to do right now is I am going to turn it into a paper clip. So I'm going to use, you could use hot glue. I don't use hot glue very often. I'm going to use some tacky glue. And I'm going to glue this paper clip in there with a nice amount of tacky glue. And I'm going to cut a bigger circle to cover up that spot. Oops. Got tacky glue coming out all over everywhere. Let's take out some of that tacky glue. And this paper, because tacky glue is kind of sticky, that paper will kind of go down around the paper clip. Can you see the texture around the paper clip? And hold that paper clip into place. I still have way too much glue on this side, so there we go. Now, tacky glue, guys, dries clear, so it's not a huge deal, but at the same time, I don't want it all over everywhere. And now we have our cute little flower paper clip that we can clip into our book. I won't be able to clip it in there just yet because, well, I can sort of clip it. There, yeah. Ta-da! We'll be able to clip it into our book later. So, that is our Totally Junk Journal project for this week. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to read you a quote from our 1001 Ways to Creativity and go rest. I will be an artist or nothing. Eugene O'Neill. Kind of like that one. Anyways, guys, go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.